perfect time to bring up Perry Rader, because I know that you've told me before that you grew to love Perry's advice much more in your later years of training. Could you please explain what you meant by that?
Well, Perry Rader was a guy that knew a brief, hard workout. Now, he learned it over a period of time, and he even wrote on it, but the magazine itself did not influence me until I was older. And when I was very young, it wasn't colorful like Joe Wheeler's magazines, and, presented this Hollywood image of if you lift weights, this and that, and all the kind of things, you'll be happy, you'll have this and that. I don't know. That wasn't Perry Rader's way. Perry Rader was probably as honest as anybody that's ever been in this game. And his book was very little print. It didn't have this big colorful magazine and so on and so forth. But it took me so long to see the end, of what these guys were teaching. But Perry Rader, I'll go so far as to say, maybe had too brief. His idea of training, most people don't know, but I'm sure you do. He said he never really gained anything at all for, I think, about 8 years. And then he went to twice-a-week training, which is what I would tell almost anybody nowadays. I would never tell anybody, like in Joe Wheeler's magazines, train 6 days a week. I mean, some of the most ridiculous. I was on a routine Joe Wheeler recommended, and bless his heart. I don't know who was writing for him, who was doing it, but it, like 10 sets of power cleans. And like you worked out 4 times a week, and you done 10 sets of deadlifts and 10 sets of benches. Like you done 50 sets on Monday and then 50 sets on Tuesday, and you rested on Wednesday, and you done it over again. It's insane for an average guy. And anyway, I remember reading Perry Rader said train twice a week, period. But I would never believe that back until I went through an educational process of injuries, sickness caused by overtraining, and so on and so forth. I was convinced that you had to train almost every day and you had to do set after set.